State leaders from both sides of the aisle were quick to respond to Donald Trump's inauguration speech and his first official actions as America's 47th president.
Fox 40 Capitol reporter Eitan Wallace spoke one-on-one with California Attorney General Rob Bonta about state-led efforts to fight Trump. He's joining us now live from outside the state capitol with more on that conversation. And also, Eitan, you have reaction from an assembly member who flew to D.C. for the big day.
Oh, yes, Nikki and Eric, good evening to you. And that would be Assembly Member Joe Patterson, Republican of Rockland. He is one of several Republican lawmakers here at the state capitol who believe Donald Trump's policies will benefit California. But California Attorney General Rob Bonta, well, he heavily disagrees, and now he says he's ready for a fight.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
As Donald J. Trump was sworn in as America's 47th president.
So help me God. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Thousands of miles from here.
How are you this morning?
Here in Sacramento, California Attorney General Rob Bonta took the stage at the 43rd annual MLK Jr. March for the Dream. Without mentioning Trump by name, Bonta implied California is ready to fight the new administration.
Make sure that we continue to have our rights, our freedoms, that our democracy is sound, and I commit to you to do everything in my power to stand with you as we do that in the days, months, and years ahead.
If it sounds familiar, it's because it is. California sued the first Trump administration more than 120 times over a myriad of issues, from the environment to abortion rights to immigration. And speaking of immigration, on this day one of Trump's second presidency, he's already taking action with an executive order he promises will lead to mass deportations of immigrants who are in the country without legal status.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
But during this one-on-one interview, Bonta told me he's ready to sue to stop Trump's immigration-related executive orders right away. Are you prepared to take the Trump administration to court possibly as soon as today?
We are, and we think we will. We're ready to file on an issue that we expect him to take action on, attacking the U.S. Constitution, attacking birthright citizenship, a long established right for Americans. He should expect to see us in court. We're ready to file today. So, as we promised, if he breaks the law, we will act. If he doesn't break the law, there's nothing for us to do.
It comes as Governor Gavin Newsom is convening a special legislative session that, in part, will allocate $25 million in state funding to Bonta's Department of Justice, all to help fund future lawsuits against the Trump administration. But in this statement Monday, Newsom struck a tone of cooperation. Quote, "Where our shared principles are aligned, my administration stands ready to work with the Trump-Vance administration to deliver solutions and serve the nearly 40 million Californians we jointly represent."
I think Donald Trump is going to bring relief whether the governor likes it or not.
GOP Assemblymember Joe Patterson traveled to our nation's capital for Trump's inauguration. Patterson believes Trump's policies will benefit Californians. He hopes Newsom is sincere in his statement about working with Trump.
Partnership and things like that, it's much more important than just constant fighting and lawsuits and all that kind of stuff. Do they want to work together, or do they just want to sue the president all day long?
And to be clear, as of this hour, Bonta has not yet announced any lawsuits against the Trump administration. But as you heard him in that report, well, that can change really any minute, any day, or perhaps sometime later this week. Now, speaking of this week, we should have a better idea about what the Trump-California relationship 2.0 will look like when the president visits the Southern California fire zones this Friday. That's a visit Newsom says he's looking forward to with President Trump. Reporting live here at the state capitol, covering local news that matters, Eitan Wallace, Fox 40 News.